What's up, guys, and welcome to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be doing a spoiler-free review of a new Shudder film that just came out called Destroy All Neighbors. Check it out. So yeah, I saw a trailer for this just about a week ago, and I was like insanely interested in this bizarre movie that it just has so many things in it that it makes me want to enjoy this movie before I saw it. First of all, this is a movie that is directed by Josh Forbes, who actually worked on the movie Contracted Phase 2. Now, I saw an interview with him, and it was through Dread Central, and he was saying that he actually didn't feel like that was his first movie, but that this one is. So he made this movie, and I guess him and the people who wrote it were sitting down. There's Michael Benner, Jared Logan, and Charles A. Piper, who were talking about like all of their worst neighbors that they had, in an apartment complex. And like, it just sort of got some energy and eventually came to an entire story that is about a struggling prog rock musician named William who finds himself living in a nightmare when he accidentally kills Vlad, his new neighbor from hell, which sounds pretty, typical in a way. But yeah, he kills him and this whole world changes. There are a lot of actors in it too. There's Jonah Ray from MST3K, Alex Winter from, obviously Bill and Ted and multiple other things, including Freaked. We got Kumail Nanjiani, who's in it, Kieran Diol, John Daly, and Thomas Lennon. Like, what? First of all, just seeing Alex Winter in another movie again is pretty wild. And Jonah Ray has been in everything recently. I think I was just watching Satanic Hispanics, and he was in one of the shorts for that film, and it was very similar to this one in a way. But yeah, I saw the trailer. I was blown away by it. I was kind of like, what the hell, is this wild, bizarre movie? There's like music to it. There's, this like bizarre, dreamy, nightmarish world that makes no sense. If you are looking for a movie that's based in reality, get on out of here, because this one isn't for you, buddy. Like, you should not expect that going into this movie. It's a comedy. It's also kind of like this splatter fest. They're calling it a splatter comedy, which makes perfect sense. It's got like really great prosthetic effects. Alex Winter is dressed to the hilt as like Vlad, this really insane neighbor who loves to play electronic dance music next door. Too loud, so much that Jonah's character, William, can't finish his prog rock album, which is very nuanced and very specific. Not everyone likes it because prog rock isn't for everyone. It's just for certain ones, the ones who get it. But yeah, man, this movie hits the ground running like right off the bat. Jonah's character, William, and his girlfriend who live in the apartment complex next to Vlad. And then it's a roller coaster ride. You just basically climb in the cart of the roller coaster and off you go into a wild, prosthetic, gory-filled, demonic puppet ride with wild, nightmarish, ghoulish neighbors who've also died in an apartment complex from hell and back. Yeah, it's really bizarre. Like, I mean, this is like way out there. But the crazy thing is it's ultimately, and I don't think I'm spoiling anything here, it's ultimately a movie about fighting your inner demon and sort of like what holds you back from your life and like the things that you want to accomplish. I think that is kind of very specific to a specific group of creatives in particular. I mean, for me, I'm a band musician and I've made music and created like a whole thing. And like one of the biggest things is just getting your music out there. Or in this particular case, getting your prog rock band out there. Or in this particular case, getting your weird, bizarre, prosthetic, nightmare-fueled, dreamlike comedy splatter ride out there too. What holds you back and what you should care or not care about, and is just making something worth it in the end because you made it. You did it. Because not every bit of art is going to be for everyone. But that hurdle of getting yourself out there and putting yourself out there and making yourself susceptible to all the critics and all the people in the world who are like basically drowning out any of the creativity by saying what they have to say about it, including myself, which I try to be fair, by the way, is kind of a story in itself. And I think this movie is really grasping onto that sort of specific thing in this movie by telling this roundabout crazy story about this guy and his neighbors that are happenstance dying around him. And he is trying to finish this prog rock album, get it done. The performances in here, by the way, are insane. They're wild. It's a comedy that I don't think everybody's really going to get. And I'll be honest with you, it's a little overwhelming. Like, there is a lot going on and coming at you so fast that I found myself kind of like, just like, what is going on? Like, in my mind. And there are some funny parts in the movie that I really did think was like a funny bit or like a, sketch, that they put in the middle of this movie that I did enjoy while watching this sort of like meek guy who doesn't stand up to anything in his life and just kind of lets it all wash over him, kind of get his balls about him in a way. But it also, in the same regard, is like so many jokes are going on. It feels like I've entered a room of people who know each other. They don't know me, and they have all these inside jokes, and I'm kind of lost a little bit. Like, I'm laughing along because there's some weird stuff that you just can't not laugh at. So I think that it may be different for a lot of different people. Like, this is going to be a very divisive film because it's so bizarrely niche and it's specific to a specific certain type of group of people, even though I feel like the message is open to just about everyone. It's just one of those movies, but there's something, unique, so very unique about it that you just want to like it because there's so many elements in it that make it likable. All of the cast, the prosthetics, the gore, the over the top sort of nature of this movie being nothing set in reality. There's something very appealing about this in that movie. You're either going to be in love with it or you're just going to be like, what did I just see? And I'm kind of somewhere in between. Like, I absolutely love everyone that is involved in this. I love Jonah. I love Alex. I love everybody. I'm so happy to see Alex just in another fucking role. And he is such a great character actor. And this is just such an idea that it's just like, I want to love it, but there's something about it that is like, I feel like I'm stunned. Like the movie went by me so fast that it was like I'm old man streaking and my mind just hasn't fully grasped seeing a dong and balls flip-flapping in the wind. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying here anymore. Jesus Christ. Honestly, at the end of the day, I think the people that are going to get it the most are the creative types, the people who have struggled with getting their work out the door or who sit on a project for too long and then just do nothing with it or never finish it. At some point, you just got to put it out there. I really admire this movie in that regard for that message in this movie. But in the same regard, it's like, man, I feel like I just got streaked by an old dude with his dong flapping in the wind. So, tell me another review that actually used that as a reference. You could put that on the front of the poster. Yeah, Ryan Katner and Ben Morris actually put together the music. And this isn't just sloppy, stuff. This is like really well thought of, like progressive style metal mixed with like flutes and weird shit. I mean, just the beginning of the movie, like the vibe and the feel of it just like has this energy about it that is really just, I really like the beginning of the movie. And I was really excited to go in there. And I did enjoy it to some degree, but I'm not 100% sure where I'm at with it. I feel like this is a movie that will probably grow on me as I watch it more and more later on. But I'm like at a 6.5. While it does a lot of really wonderful things great, and it has a lot of people that I love in it, I just had a hard time kind of swallowing it all. It's like I said, very overwhelming. I think a lot of people are going to be struggling where I am, where it's like, they want to like it and they're rooting for it, but they're just not 100% sure. Or as the character in the movie William said, sometimes it's not for everyone, but it'll find its audience. I hope that this movie does. It's a very unique sort of snowflake sort of movie that is like Freaked was to Alex Winter when he directed that movie. It's like a lot of people, it wasn't for them, but later on they kind of grew to like it. And this may very well be that same sort of thing. I think a lot of people are going to be kind of torn on it and not know what to think of it. And I'm pretty sure I'm not alone on that. But I still say, kudos for making something, getting out there and putting it out there and braving the winds of the critics because it doesn't really matter what we think. It's really about who it connects with. That's just my opinion. It's my thoughts. It's up on Shudder now. If you want to try to take the roller coaster ride yourself and see where it lands for you, I'd say at least give it a watch because of how wide of a movie this is going to be for some people. Like, some people are going to fucking love this movie, and some are just going to be kind of bewildered by it. I would love to hear what you think about this movie if you've seen it. Tell me in the comment section, am I just totally off, or did I make sense? We just kind of speak from the heart as much as we can, and my goal isn't to make you not watch the movie. It's just to tell you what I think of it and if it's for you. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for spending your time with me this afternoon or this evening or this night. I hope to see you again next time, so hit the like and subscribe button. And as always, long live the void.